Thank you for joining us now on Business Now. I am Frank Omalape, and now we begin from the Federal Capital Territory, where the Senate President Godswill Akpabio has assured Nigerians and the international business community of the readiness of the National Assembly to work with the federal government to provide an enabling business environment. Akpabio gave the assurance in his goodwill message at the reception dinner in honor of the newly appointed Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, in Abuja on Saturday. The Senate President said the 10th Assembly is ready to work with the President Bola Tinubu-led administration to make life worth living for the generality of Nigerians. Akpabio said he believes strongly that Nigerians are in for the best of times under his administration, and members of the National Assembly will enjoy a lot of cooperation and support from the executive. He noted that in less than this administration's 20 days in office, the stock market has gone up all over the world, and the world is already applauding Nigeria for its part in it. And in the meantime, the Central Bank of Nigeria has lifted the limits placed on domiciliary account. In a statement by the bank Sunday, the new regulation allows account holders to deposit freely, have unrestricted access to funds in account, and make up to 10,000 withdrawals daily. The statement titled CBN issues further guidance on operational changes in foreign exchange market. The deposit money bank shall provide returns to the CBN, including the purpose for such transactions. It said a cash deposit into the domiciliary account will not be restricted, subject to the DMB's conducting proper KYC due diligence and adhering to the spirit and letter of extant laws and other relevant rules and regulations. And now Nigeria's inflation rate rose not less than 67 times since June 2014, according to a report. Analysis of the inflation rate data provided by the Central Bank of Nigeria also showed that the consumer price index was 8.2% in June 2014 when the suspended CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele took office. However, the country currently struggles with an inflation rate of 22.22% as of April 2023. The inflation rate rose by 0.03% to 22.41% in May, the highest rate in 17 years. This means that inflation rose by 14.02% point while Emefiele ran the affairs of the Apex Bank. With the deregulation of the downstream petroleum industry, the federal government has begun the process of closing down the Petroleum Equalisation Fund. The move, it was gathered, was in line with the provisions of the Petroleum Industry Act 2021. A meeting held in Abuja between officials of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority and oil marketers on Wednesday deliberated on the closure of the fund. The officials and marketers discussed the reconciliation of the PEF account and plans to close it in the next 1 month. A former chairman of the Major Oil Marketers Association of Nigeria, Tuji Oyebanji, said the meeting was a consultation on implementation of the PIA, clarifications of various issues, applying for licenses, quality issues, and closure of fund. Ahead of the meeting between the federal government and the organized labor scheduled to hold Monday, that is today, the Nigeria Labour Congress has said the government must meet its demands to cushion the effect of the fuel subsidy removal. The union said it will not hesitate to call out workers for industrial action, adding that it only suspended its planned strike. Speaking on Sunday about the expectations of labor from the meeting, the Vice President of Nigeria Labour Congress, Adewale Adeyanju, said a lot of things had been presented by labor unions which the government should act upon. Adeyanju, however, expressed optimism that the meeting will be fruitful and insisted that the NFC would not want the government to behave funny. He also stated that the union was expecting an increment in minimum wage from 30,000 naira to between 150 and 200,000 naira, among other palliatives. And the World Bank has approved a loan of $750 million to boost Nigeria's power sector. The loan was approved June 9th, 2023, making it the first World Bank loan approved under the new administration. of President Bola Tinubu. Information obtained from the website of the bank showed that a fresh loan as additional financing for the power sector recovery performance-based operation, which was first approved on June 23, 2020. For the newly approved additional financing, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development will provide about $449 million, and International Development Association will provide $301 million. The document further disclosed that the new financing will run from 2023 to June 30, 2027. And to all the stories now, Vice President Kashim Shettima has commended Stallion Motors Nigeria over the company's newly produced Hyundai Kova EV, Nigeria's first locally produced electric vehicle. While the company showcased the first locally produced electric vehicle at the Thursday meeting of the National Economic Council, Shettima said the prospect for electric vehicles in Nigeria was bright. A statement said Shettima test drove the vehicle in company of the Director General of the National Automotive Design and Development Council, Jelani Aliyu. Produced from its Lagos plant, the Hyundai Kona EV was projected to be the toast of Nigeria automobile enthusiasts and corporate organizations, given the advantages it brought on energy cost, environmental friendliness, and overall rest of mind. The Hyundai Kona was first introduced in Lagos, Nigeria in 2020 and sold with 5 years of battery warranty and 5 years of vehicle warranty. And now the President and Chairman of Council Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, Ken Okpara, has said trade-based money laundering poses a significant threat to the integrity of the global financial system. Speaking at the CIBN breakfast session themed Countering Trade-Based Money Laundering, Implications for Regulators and Operators, Okpara has said this has far-reaching implications for regulators and operators alike. I said, according to a report published by the Financial Action Task Force in 2022, trade-based money laundering accounts for a substantial portion of illicit financial flows worldwide. Okpara said the report estimated that illicit proceeds worth about $1.4 trillion to $2.3 trillion are laundered through trade-based schemes every year, significantly impacting economies and undermining legitimate trade activities. He said the complexity of global supply chains, the sheer volume of trade transactions, and the use of innovative techniques by money launderers necessitate a comprehensive and coordinated response from all stakeholders. And now the Amalgamated Union of App-Based Transport Workers of Nigeria says it has lodged a petition with the authorities over the failure of its firms to increase their pay following the removal of subsidy on petrol. The group said they have written the Federal Ministry of Labor, the Nigerian Bar Association, and the Nigeria Labour Congress ahead of its planned indefinite strike in protest of the refusal of e-hailing firms to raise their commission. The union's publicity chairman, Josi Olawale, on Sunday said the union was disappointed that despite a 7-day ultimatum issued to the app-based firms, no action had been taken to address the drivers' concerns. It said the union had opted to suspend its week-long strike to pave the way for dialogue between the drivers and the app companies. However, by Thursday or Tuesday, June 20th, the 7 working days ultimatum will elapse, and the union feels that the chances of coming to an agreement are becoming slim or non-existent.